Hello, Dallas Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Cowboys Blog. I'm John Madden, and now let's get to today's topic.
Highway?
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about my 53-man prediction. This is the final projection for the Cowboys. This is serious. The red, white, and blue fanatics Dallas Cowboys edition. Boom, cat mode time is in full effect. We are rocking the retro Apex championship shirt. Love it. Still have it. So, yeah, so we're down to it, man. We're down to the nitty gritty. We've seen all of the hype that is training camp. Training camp is a hype machine. You don't get much from it. Preseason, you get a little bit of it. And now it's time to break down who's in and who's out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here we go. All right, so let's take a look at this right here, right? So this is our final 53-man roster prediction, whatever you want to call it. I'm giving the Cowboys two quarterbacks. I think they're just going to roll with two on the official 53. Dak Prescott and Joe Milton, I think, kind of locked it up a little bit there. And I think that the Cowboys' plan is just going to be, we made an investment here. We took a look at him through the preseason, and we're just going to give him this role here as a backup position. If Prescott is out for any length of time, they will roll with Milton and let the season play out as it goes. All right. Wide receivers, I'm going with 5. Lamb, Pickens, Tolbert, Turpin, and the last spot, Ryan Flournoy. I think Ryan Flournoy kind of made his mark on the team here over the last 2 seasons, especially this last season. Had a strong training camp, had a strong preseason. I think he outplayed Jalen Brooks, Cropper, and some of these other unknown dudes. I think he held off Trayshawn Holden, who I think is a practice squad candidate. I would like to see him be developed some more, so I wouldn't mind bringing him back. All right. Running backs, Javonte Williams, Jadon Blue, and Phil Maffa. My notables that are not on here, obviously, Miles Sanders and the little bitty Deuce Vaughn. All right, little Mighty Mouse finally out of here. All right, so invest in your draft picks, because you do have control over these guys. You have them on 4-year deals. Miles Sanders and Williams, they're on short-term deals. Miles Sanders, I think he was the more cuttable player of the group, and this sort of thing. So the only thing that does concern me about this is Jadon Blue. Is he injury prone? Is this a guy that you're going to want to limit his snaps? I think he is. I think he's going to just have to play that same role that Pollard gave us. Just give him a couple of splash plays here and there, keep him healthy. He's not a bell cow. All right, that's as clear as day. All right, and Phil Maffa, I think he did enough to stay on here. Like I said, he reminds me of a Gus Edwards and somebody that you would want to keep here. And so now we're looking at tight ends, right? Going with 3, Ferguson, Schoonmaker, and Brevin Spanford. I think that's it, all right? And then to kind of throw in that mix, your halfback type of player, Hunter Lipke, makes the team. He can fill in that fourth tight end role. I don't think any of the other tight ends really made a case to be that 4th tight end. I think if you go with the 4th tight end, you would have to go shorter somewhere else, and the Cowboys don't have that luxury. Offensive line, I'm going with 9. Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, the first-round pick, Terrence Steele, Awesome Richards. I think they keep him on here for his veteran experience and his versatility. And then to close out the remaining offensive linemen, Brock Hoffman, Nathan Thomas, who's probably going to be your starting left tackle, and Johnny Cornelius, the rookie out of Oregon. Cowboys had high interest in him during the draft process, and I think they really like how they developed him here through mini camp, training camp, in the preseason. I think the projection is the arrow is pointing up for Johnny Cornelius. He definitely has a lot of size. Just got to work on a couple things here, get some more snaps under his belt, and he could be your exit strategy on Terrence Steele. All right, because I really don't see Terrence Steele finishing out his contract here. The play has been average at best. I think it's time to take a look at some possible scenarios there at right tackle. So in all, offense, I have 23 players making it on the offensive side of the ball. Let's take a look at the defense. Let's go ahead and start with the D-line. So Micah Parsons, I do think that he's under contract. He has to play unless he's going to miss game checks. And honestly, I think he might. I think there's a good possibility he might, give that a try and then just put more pressure on the Cowboys. Maybe he'll skip maybe 3 games at max. That would be about $3 million plus in game checks there out of the $24 million that he is under contract for. Right, so Parsons, Marshawn Leland, Dante Fowler, Donovan Ezeraku, Osa Odigizua as your defensive tackle, Perrion Winfrey, defensive tackle, Solomon Thomas, JT, Peyton Turner, I kept him here, and Sam Williams sneaks in here a little bit. And I do have, I think, one of my surprise roster makes here in Ernest Brown. I like the way he played. And I think he played with good leverage, good power, has that good bull rush move. And really, he looked better than Mozzie Smith. Mozzie Smith doesn't make this team. If Mozzie Smith makes this team, bro, this front office, Will McClay, they have to reboot these guys. They are blind as hell, and they just got to go. All right. Mozzie Smith is not it. He's going to be a detriment to your team. We will get gutted left and right. And it'll be a long season. You can't bring him on here anymore, bro. They messed up there, and it's time to own it. Move on from him. All right. So, looking at linebackers, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn Identity, Maris Leofau, Shamar James. I really like where he's at in his in the way he's been playing here. I think he's a future player for you. And Damon Clark, I think he has bought into Matt Eberflus's teachings. All right, so hopefully he will continue to play lights out because he looked really good, man. He looked like a different player to me. He looked like pre-injury LSU linebacker. You know what I mean? I think that's what he looked like. And if you get that from him, just a tackling machine, yeah, you're gonna be in good shape. So those are my 5. I'm carrying 5 there. I did want to take Justin Barron, but I think maybe you can sneak him in here. And Demarion Overshown, obviously, on PUP again. So we'll see when they bring him back. All right. Let's take a look at your DBs. Darren Bland, Trayvon Diggs. They just activated him off of PUP, so he's on. It looks like he's on course to start, possibly week 1 even. All right. Kyer Elam. I have Zion Childress making this team. I have Keemon Hall making this team. And I have Israel Mukwamu making it by the skin of a chinny chin chin. All right. Brother squeaking in here. Siobhan Ravel. I think you just need to go ahead and redshirt this guy. Let him heal up. He's nowhere close to being ready. All right. And then... and of course, you have CJ Goodwin making the team here as your special teams ace, and he also counts, I guess, towards your DB room there. So CJ Goodwin again, your special teams ace. All right, let's look at our safeties: Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell, and Wanye Thomas. All right, so that's 4. That's 4 safeties there. Cowboys. Maybe looking to upgrade this spot maybe next off season, maybe with a draft pick, or maybe they just reboot that group there because we've had them here for quite a while. You know what you have in all of these players. Nothing really to, nothing really amazing. I think they're good players. You know what I mean? But if you can get better, go for it. That's always been my mantra. So on defense, that's 26. And then you have our 3 special teamers, Brandon Aubrey, the kicker of kickers, Brian Anger, your punter, and Trent Sieg, your long snapper. So that's 3. That gets us to 53 players for the Cowboys. All right. All right, guys. So that is my Dallas Cowboys final 53-man projection. As you know, this roster projection will be out here on Tuesday. Cuts 4 p.m. on Tuesday. We will be following this up with a special edition of the Frisco Report live that evening, and we will break down the latest cuts. These cuts are fluid, though. You got to remember that this is a fluid situation. What you have could change over the next couple of days as well. The Cowboys may still, enact a couple of trades. They may, somebody that looks safe now may not be. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of that. So let's see who makes it. Guys, let me know in the comments who your 53-man projection is in the comments. Give me your 53, or if you want to just pick a couple position groups, do that as well. I really would like to read those in the comments to see where's everybody at. Are we kind of on the same page as far as receivers, linemen, defenders, this sort of thing? Let me know in the comments, guys. But that's all we have as we edge closer to the Cowboys 2025 regular season. See you for the next one, guys. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.